Guys, STTM here, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about Caleb Williams and the new Chicago Bears. And yes, it's the new Chicago Bears again because they always change their team like every offseason. So yeah, guys, but before we get into it, make sure that you like, subscribe, put on notifications, and comment on the video, as it lets me know what you think, gets me more recommended, and if you put on notifications, you will literally be updated on the latest STTM videos that you do not want to miss out on. And I'll just appreciate it. So, enough with the Japanese, and let's get straight into the video. Goodbye! Okay, let's start off with Caleb Williams, who is what they are trying to build around. And I think this Bears team could actually do something because they are moving on from Matt Eberflus to Ben Johnson, which I think is way better. But based off of Caleb Williams' rookie season, he eventually got the stats together. He eventually got everything together. He definitely needs to work on that rating, but he got his passing together, as he eventually in the rookie year got 3.5K passing yards, and then he got 20 touchdowns, 6 picks, which is a good ratio. And he's a decent scrambler too. He didn't get any rushing touchdowns, but he is still a solid scrambler nonetheless. And his average is 6 yards per carry, which that's more than half a first down. So he's at least a good scrambler. But based off his stats, he definitely struggled at first, but he improved after each game, and I think he's definitely going to have a crazy sophomore year. I'm not going to be too shocked if he has a sophomore slump, but it should still be a very good sophomore year nonetheless. He definitely put the pieces together, and he's going to have familiar faces like Cole Kmet and DJ Moore, and even DeAndre Swift and Roschon Johnson. DeAndre Swift is slow, but still a good running back, and Roschon Johnson's not bad when he needs to be used. Rome Odunze, I'm going to look at his stats. So for Rome Odunze, the only thing I didn't like is that he didn't really get much red zone action because he only got 3 passing touchdowns despite playing all 17 games. But he's a quick guy, and he's really good at his route running too. So he's definitely a good target, and I think he could take that step up to wide receiver 2 easily because he did pretty well for being a wide receiver 3. So, and Luther Burden, he's gonna have a similar boat to Rome Odunze. He's a little bit of a different receiver because he's a really quick guy, and that's mainly what he's known for, while Rome Odunze is more of a route running kind of guy. And then the Colston Loveland pick in the first round, that was a pretty weird pick, but they did get 2 different types of tight ends. I do think Warren was a better prospect and will be better, but giving Caleb Williams some variety on his two tight ends to throw to. That's some variety in the tight end room, so I like how Caleb Williams has that, as they both play a lot differently. One of them is a big physical tight end who can catch too, but Cole Kmet acts a little bit more like a receiver than Colston Loveland can. So both still very good though. They're both still very good. And then offensive line, I'm not too sure how it's going to work out. I do think Braxton Jones is very good, although some people do hate on him. I think Joe Thuney's pretty good. Drew Dalman's is a decent center. Jonah Jackson's decent, and Darnell Wright is really good. And they got some tackle depth with Karan Amagaji and Ozzie Trapillo. So I think overall, and I think under Ben Johnson, this offense could succeed. Now, for their 4-3 defense, which I definitely like it being a 4-3, but it might become a 3-4. But their defensive line, it's improved. They got 2 very physical and athletic guys like Montez Sweat and Grady Jarrett. Gervon Dexter Sr. has gotten pretty physical too, and he's just a tough defensive tackle overall. And then I do like Dio Adeyingbo, but in my opinion, he is a little more of a backup edge rusher than a starting one. And then for their linebacker room, I really like that duo of Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards. And I think a quick physical guy like Ruben Hippolyte II could actually be a real steal in this draft class. And then for the secondary, they got the most obvious CB1 is Jalen Johnson, and Jalen Johnson, just insane. Okay, Johnson. I mean, he only got two. He only got two interceptions and 8 pass deflects, but he's very good when he's available. He's really solid at his job. Jaquan Brisker and Kevin Byard the third are very good safeties. Byard is a little bit of a veteran, and so is the backup safety Jonathan Owens. But Jaquan Brisker's a young guy, and he has some good athleticism on him. He's a solid player. And then don't let that one play versus the Commanders fool you. Tyreek Stevenson is a good corner. And then Kyler Gordon is a very solid nickelback. And he's an insane nickelback, to be honest. And then they got some depth. And they actually got some pretty decent depth in their secondary with Zaw Frazier, Jonathan Owens, Terrell Smith, and Josh Blackwell. And then their special teams is very good with kicker Cairo Santos. And then Torrey Taylor is a very good punter. And then Devin Duvernay is just an insane returner overall. And I think under Ben Johnson, this team improves. Their new coordinators, I think Dennis Allen and Declan Doyle and Dennis Allen, those are some very solid coordinators under Ben Johnson too. That is a gigantic upgrade for their coaching staff. But let me know what you think down in the comments below, as STTM is now out. See y'all next time. Road to 500 subs!